Hello and welcome to MotoGP Mac, where MotoGP fans congregate and fanboys fear to tread. How you doing this week?
I'm doing very good. I was just watching an old, exciting motorcycle race.
Oh, you and your old motorcycle races, crazy.
Yeah.
Was it black and white? Was it on a reel?
It was on a reel. Yeah. A reel. Yeah, there was no spinning tires or anything on.
Yeah, they had spokes.
They had spokes. Yeah.
Drum brake.
Yeah. I think spokes can make a return to MotoGP. Getting in the old extra bit of flexibility in the wheel, to help the turn.
And believe it or not, folks, I'm the old one of the two of us. You know what I mean? I'm the old geezer. I got years of him.
But you do know the spokes in the MotoGP rims do flex.
Yeah, I know they do. They do.
Yeah, and you can turn the stiffness of the rim by the indentation, so you know what sort of stiffness of the rim they're running.
Yep.
Anyway,
I also know spokes from personal experience. You can go down the bottom of a hill going down the highway, you're going down and you hit the bottom. The spoke goes through the tube and the tire and blows it out at the bottom.
Oh, that's
cartwheeling down the tarmac.
It's not cartwheeling; it's the tarmac rushing up to meet you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me a big kiss. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a big kiss and an old rash. Anyway, so Qatar. What the fuck happened to Jorge Martin?
Thought he had it in the bag, didn't you? I mean, he was strong on Saturday. They said he was iffy, right? And he didn't seem that shook to me. Did you? I mean,
he did. He did in second practice. He did definitely, he was 3.5 seconds off the pace, and he was coming in, and he was spitting the fucking dummy, and it was, in my view, a Fabio moment of spitting the dummy. Do you know what I mean?
I thought he shook that real quick. I remember he did it once, and it was a comment.
No, because he went out again, and then he was only 2 seconds off the pace. And you could see coming in. You could see it with something. But I wonder with this sprint, with the main race today, it really looked to me that the tire spun on the rim when he started off. He got it. He got a bad start, right, and the rear wheel spun up. But I just wondered, did it knock it a little bit out of kilter? And you could see he just couldn't exit the corners.
When they spin on the rim, folks, your back tire will go horizontally. It'll go. You ever have that? It spins on the rim. It'll do this. It'll do this on you. Yeah.
Yeah, but the wheel is no longer balanced, and you get massive vibrations and stuff like that. So it's definitely not a nice thing to have.
You think it would shut him down at the speeds they're running if it spun off? You know what I mean? That's unbalanced.
Yeah, but it could only be slightly unbalanced, so it could give you just a little bit of a tremor going through the corner. So it just takes your confidence. There was definitely something wrong, and when they got into after the race, when he got into the pit, they closed the door immediately. Do you know what I mean? That means there's an investigation going on straight away. Do you know what I mean? Keep the press out of it and whatever. And we were saying in Ireland, that. He had a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp. After, do you know what I mean? When he was walking through the paddock, he looked really, really cross. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
was it a duck tire? Was something slip on the rim? And it's a pity for him because you don't want that shit wrecking a championship fight, but you don't want
it to ruin the camaraderie in the team. Somebody makes a mistake, and then it just goes like a cancer.
Yeah. And look, the tension is high, and any slight mistake now is blown way out of proportion. Do you know what I mean? Because look, there's so much at stake now. For me, when you look at it, right, his goal at the start of the season was to be in the top 3. That was Martin's goal. Do you know what I mean? He's achieved that. And anything else now that happens is a bonus. And I think that's the way he needs to keep reminding himself going into this weekend. He's 21 points now behind Pecco. In a way, Pecco can crash in the sprint and still have a point advantage, or 7 points or 8 points advantage going into, or 9 points or whatever it is, going into Sunday's race. Which 9 points is a lot. Like that's a third or fourth place, and Martin win it. So it is a comfortable margin, right? And Pecco will be saying that this championship and last year's championship were different, but the same pressure. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing, and he has the experience of dealing with this. Martin needs to just go out and just fucking win. Do you know what I mean? He just forget about it. And I know that
to the wind, he has. There's nothing to lose at this point.
Exactly. He just needs to focus on the wins, not the championship. Worry about the championship in the last 3 laps if you're winning. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
And what will be behind them will be behind them. Now, Pecco, I thought, was pretty un-Pecco-like at the start of today's race. And I think
that's because there's been 2 Peccos. I mean, you got to look at when he was going. You have Pecco that used to take advantage, hang his ass out, and then he got better, he got smarter, right? So then you have the 2 Peccos, the tale of 2 Peccos, the smart one or the kid with the wild hair.
Yeah. Look, I think he made a really interesting statement after the sprint that and he said, because the media were blowing it up that himself and Martin touched twice, you know what I mean, or whatever. And like rubbing is right. I don't mind a bit of rubbing, right?
No, there wasn't anything bad there. There
wasn't. But all they were trying to do was trying to blow it up. And Pecco just said, look, he's made a situation and that that's okay. As in, but the way he kind of said it was like, I'm going to fucking duff him. In a way of, he's going to get it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to back off and that, Now,
I'm going to outrun. To me, it seemed like he was saying, I'm going to outrun him today. I'm going to outspeed him.
It was like he knew he had something in the pocket. Like he knew he had the pace. Now, he did say after the sprint that something wasn't right and they didn't feel right and he wasn't going to push, which is good for Pecco that he's showing that maturity, but like today when he took off, there was absolutely no doubt in my mind that he was going for first, regardless of what happened. And
in fact, a little too much at the end there with D'Antonio. He overshot the corner, right?
That was
a little too risky. You know what I mean? For
when he came out, he'd no downforce. So as soon as he hit that brake, like he was coming from downtown Doha to make that pass, right? So like he was coming from miles back.
Yeah, I thought that too. Way back.
Right? He didn't have enough on the front end and on the front wings to stop that bike, and like he was fucking absolutely haunted that he did not take out DJ and himself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But he was shaking his head like DG did something wrong.
No, he was shaking his head.
When he walked aside, he was shaking his head like,
No, no, that was a head shake of you fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? As in calling himself an idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go offline in Qatar, right? Out there, right? You're in the fucking desert. Like when you go Qatar, right? So,
yes, you are.
So he was like, "Well done, dickhead! You nearly fucking killed your championship." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that wasn't pointed at Digi. That was pointed more so at himself, I would think.
In Qatar, you come out there, you hit a hedgehog or something.
Well, no, it's just so dusty that you lose the front. There's a layer of sand.
Sand I don't have.
But Digi, my fucking God, what a boy. What an absolute fucking... Like, you knew something was going to happen for him in the way of, like, what he had. Like, but, like, just to put this into context, right? He's been in MotoGP, 2 years?
Yeah.
He's already leveled Zarco. in
Yeah.
race wins.
Yeah.
He's in here 2 years, and he's actually won a MotoGP race, which his far more experienced teammate Alex Marquez hasn't. He's won sprints.
Yeah, well, but you can chum that up to an odd track and in one day.
It's not, no. Like Digi in the last 4 or 5 races has been thereabouts. He has, like, Mandalika definitely was there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he hasn't proved himself on a long run. Would you bet on him for a long run between the three of them?
Would you bet on him for some instead of bringing in someone new that has no fucking idea what they're going to do? Like, if you look at it, right, and let's just put it right. If we look at it like this, right, Marco Bezzecchi was the closest besides his teammate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it, Marco Bezzecchi, Luca Marini, like, if you look at those riders and the pace that they showed, he was 17 seconds ahead of Bezzecchi today.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I would certainly keep him over Franco. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's the other. That's the other thing. Like, I genuinely do think
that, or see, he bribed him or something. He must have sent hookers over there or something.
I just think he deserves to be in MotoGP. Being very, very honest, I think.
Yeah.
You know, when you look
at he doesn't. I'm sorry. I think his time clock and alarm clock rang. He's.
You know what? I would like to see Morbidelli get 1 year just to see
if he's
there or not, right?
Yeah.
And like it's easy to say it's not there, but the Yamaha is crap.
Yeah, that's the iffy factor there, you know.
And it like realistically, it's the same as Marc Marquez's situation where Frankie is in next season. There's no fucking excuses.
Yeah,
there is no excuses. If Marquez gets 6 months into the year next year and he cannot perform on the Ducati, very sorry, but the problem is not the bike.
Right.
Do you know why? Because the bike is a race winning